So I hope you had a good initial conversation within your group and learning about each other. And this is part of relationship building and getting comfortable with one another, getting to know one another. And that's part of engaging our diversity, is learning to get to know one another and establishing some familiarity, recognizing our differences, getting comfortable with one another to the extent that we can start building some trust with one another. That's absolutely critical for global dialogues, for engaging others who are culturally different from us. The other piece coming out of the introduction activity, and why we set it up this way with the 2 questions, is that we really want to complexify ourselves, our identity. We're not unidimensional people. I'm not just a professor. I'm not just a father. I'm not just a middle-aged white male. There's lots of other layers to me. There's lots of other dimensions to me. And that's the same for every single person in this room. We are all complex, multidimensional people. And when you find yourself in this particular context, certain aspects of yourself get called out. My student, my professor self, my professional self, and I go home and another part of myself gets called out. I go to the grocery store and another part of myself gets called out. But even in those situations where just a limited part of who we are gets called out, part of being competent internationally in diversity is recognizing there's always more. There's always more to this person. And one of the skills we're going to talk about after the break is curiosity. What else is going on with this person? Who else is this person? And you know, that's the problem with stereotypes. The problem with stereotypes is that they take people and make them static and unidimensional. Oh, this person is from Finland, so they are this kind of person. This person is from the United States, so they are that kind of person. And you've lumped them all together. We've lost the complexity of the individual. So part of being competent, part of being effective in communicating across cultural differences is recognizing the diversity that is in each one of us and being interested in that, our own and others, and wanting to understand and explore that difference. So that was part of our thinking in this introduction activity, literally to complexify the self. So if we can take that understanding and bring that forward into our next segment, and as your agenda indicates, the next part of the agenda is global dialogue in a multicultural world. And in just a moment, I'm going to turn it back over to your facilitators. But the key point we want to look at here is, as I mentioned earlier, as Dorothy mentioned, as Risto mentioned, we live in this interconnected world. We have more opportunities to engage culturally different others than any time before. And we should embrace that. We should take that as a great opportunity to learn about ourselves, to learn about others. And what we want to do now is have an open discussion within your groups around 2 questions. And on your agenda, what are the opportunities for communicating with others who are culturally different from you? And your facilitators are going to set this up for you. What are the opportunities? What are the benefits? What are the advantages? What do we get out of communicating with culturally different others? That's a really great question. So let's start there. And then after your facilitators lead you through that first question and hear all the different views in your groups, and we're really encouraging everybody to participate here today, let's move on to that second question. And that second question is, what are the challenges of communicating with others who are culturally different from you? It's not always easy. We run into barriers. There's obstacles. There's difficulties when we communicate with culturally different others. What are some of those? Let's name those today. Let's surface those today. So your facilitator will walk you through that second question. So how's that sound? Great. Great? That sound good? Thank you, Shannon. Excellent. Very good. You, again, are in good hands with your facilitators for this next small group activity, and they're going to lead you through those 2 questions. So have a great conversation in your groups.
happy to see you today.
So you have the initial greeting, and then after that, what would a reserved person say?
Showcase every lady.